Traders, stop jumping from strategy to strategy just because you get stopped out. In this video, this is what I'm going to show you because we need to get right to the point. I'm going to show you why the 200 exponential moving average weekly support is so important. The two daily levels on the daily chart that decide bullish or bearish structure. What inducement is and how the market is engineering liquidity right now. Why the 4-hour structure could sweep before expansion. Also, I'm going to give you full updates on Doge, Morpho, and the Solana trade and what I'm expecting next. This is where amateurs get caught and where real traders position. Okay, so make sure you set your price notifications. And also, subscribe if you want structured analysis like this every single day. Just do this, press the subscribe button. Let's get the likes up, people, too. That helps out the channel. And if you want entries, stop losses, and take profits and positions and updates in real time, join the Telegram channel. The link is in the description because this next move is not going to be slow. It's not going to wait. We also have active positions moving. One trade just got stopped out. You know what happens. One trade is pushing toward the profit objective, and another one is setting up for continuation. So people, make sure that you're in for all that. Let's go! So before we get into the charts, we need to talk about the macro because you need to know the context. A whale just opened a $34 million position in Bitcoin long with 3x leverage. The best part is the liquidation price, okay? The liquidation price is $18,769. Think about that. That is not a short-term trade, people. That is conviction. And while that's happening, check this out, okay? Let me rewind this a bit here. Bloomberg just said that Abu Dhabi, the country, bought $520 million worth of Bitcoin, right? That's not a retail trader. That's not a small fund. That is a sovereign level player. Let's take a quick listen, shall we?
We know in terms of their holdings and when they added to this position.
Yeah, so you can see that they've more than tripled their position right in the weeks and months up to the sell-off. So, you know, it hit a record high in October, and we can see that they've tripled their position during the third quarter. They disclosed a position at the end of September that was worth around $520 million. And we can see that this is really going to be a part of their portfolio going forward. They're saying that they want to diversify it, and they really see it as the digital equivalent.
All right, you get the message. You get the message. But that's a big deal, right? So good to know. Good to know. And then we got this. That's right, folks. We can't ignore this. President Trump allegedly called Bitcoin the new oil, folks. It's the new oil. It's the best oil in the world. It's the only oil you need. That is about, think about that narrative shift, okay? Oil built empires. Oil shaped geopolitics. And oil created trillion-dollar industries. And now Bitcoin is being compared to oil, folks. So whales are positioning, nation states are buying, and the narrative is shifting at the highest levels. That is not random price action. This is structural adoption accelerating. So make sure you are prepared. The positioning phase is happening right now. Now let's get into the charts, shall we? We're going to start here with the weekly time frame. Bitcoin is sitting right on top of the 200 exponential moving average support. Now, this is important because going back in time here, the most recent time that it has done this, right, was back in early 2024. And then after it had touched that, basically Bitcoin went to the new all-time highs, right? 126K or whatever. And what's happening right now, you ask? Price swept liquidity. Weekly candles are closing above the 200 exponential moving average, and support is being respected. So that tells me one very important thing. There is still bullish strength in this market. If weekly candles were closing below this level, that would be another story, but they're not. So this is structural support, and you need to keep an eye on that. Now, let's jump over to the daily time frame because there's something important here as well. We have this bearish trend line here, right? Sell side liquidity developing below. We have resistance at 69K, and then we have a key break level, I'll call it, at 65,700. These two levels, they decide everything, okay? So let me give you the scenarios. First, we have scenario one, the bullish case. If Bitcoin closes daily above the 69,000, structure flips bullish. From there, momentum can expand quickly. Scenario two is the bearish case because you have to consider both sides. If resistance holds and we close below the 65,700 level, that confirms weakness, and we likely see a sweep of lower liquidity. This is a decision zone. By the way, that lower sweep could lead to a test of 59K or even 50K. So keep that in mind. That's a possibility. Let's jump over to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour, price looks like it's forming another bear flag formation, okay? We saw the break. We saw a small consolidation trying to work its way higher, which often leads to a continuation lower. But there's something important. We're seeing what's called inducement, okay? So inducement is when price deliberately creates liquidity just above a level, encouraging traders to go long before reversing and tapping into a deeper zone. Basically, in simple words, the market engineers liquidity to catch traders. Right now, price is developing liquidity above minor highs. That liquidity could get swept before Bitcoin drops into the weekly bullish order block. As you can see, it just barely touched it here, right? Or if we get a strong close above the 70K to 72K area, that invalidates the bearish pressure. I actually wrote about this in my article as well. So this area right here is manipulation territory. So please keep that in mind. Now, let's go over the trade update, shall we? We'll begin with Doge. Oh man, Doge, this thing got stopped out. But hey, no excuses, no emotion. The setup was real, okay? It was valid, and the trade was correct. The market was just not in agreement. Hey, man, that's the game. That's the markets. As Michael Saylor will tell you, if you can't handle taking losses, then I would recommend opening up a bank account and collecting your measly interest, and don't talk to me. Okay, that's what he would say. Anyway, I have to throw in a Michael Saylor impression. So now we know Doge is not respecting bullish structure right now. Market gives us information, and we adapt. All right, let's jump over to Morpho, shall we? Now, Morpho is performing well. As soon as price reaches its first profit objective, I will secure 50% of the position. From there, partial profits locked. What I have left, right, what's left over of the position, we will try to ride that for the second price objective, as you can see in the illustration here, okay? This is a structured trade. No emotional decision making here. Let's jump over to Solana. So here's Solana on the 4-hour time frame, but Solana, it was not respecting the supply zone initially, right? But then what happened next? The supply, it reacted in a major way. Price closed below the support and momentum shifted. Now I'm expecting continuation lower toward my profit objective, right? That's basically what we're looking for. And as you can see, right, magically we got the move. So I'm not, now here's the thing. If this reached, right, this win basically wipes out the Doge loss and keeps the trade challenge green. That's portfolio management. That's how it works. One loss doesn't matter. It's the structure over time, right? It's these trades over time. So speaking of that, let me talk about this real quick. So we started with $10,000. The current balance on the trade challenge is $10,169. And the net P&L is basically up $169.54 and all that other stuff. You can see the details here. Now, yes, the win rate is 33% right now. 2 wins and then 4 losing trades, right? And I know it doesn't look pretty at first glance. I know people are going to jump, hey, you're going to use another strategy. But this is exactly what I always tell you. You never judge your strategy over 5 or 6 trades. You judge it over 50, 100, 200 trades. Because look at this. The average win is what? $249, right? The average loss is $82. That is asymmetric risk. That is controlled risk. Okay, so basically the max loss is what, $329, which is completely manageable. So we're not gambling here. We are taking trades with an advantage, with structure. Some trades that they're gonna reach a stop loss, like Doge, right? And some are pushing toward the profit objective, like Morpho and Solana. But the system is intact. It's trades following the plan over emotion, right? All trades are tracked transparently inside this Profits Precision platform. I use it daily to monitor my risk, my expectancy, and my performance. It keeps everything objective. By the way, the first 30 days are free, in case you don't know, and I genuinely use this thing myself. Also, by the way, all these trades are taken on the WeX platform. Clean fills, smooth management, especially when you need precision in markets like this. So this is great. And this is how you scale an account properly. So people, listen up, man. things are not easy here, right? And like I share new trade setups almost every single day. We have the entries, right? The stop losses, the profit objective, the risk adjustments, everything. And everything goes first in the Telegram group. So if you're not in there, you got to make sure you go. Simply click on the description and check out that link right there, right? Because look, before we move, right? It's before the move, not after the move. If Morpho reaches the profit objective, right? Telegram sees it first. Solana, wherever that goes, Telegram sees it first. If I adjust risk, Telegram sees it first. So YouTube is for like the basic analysis and the broader explanations, but Telegram is where all the details are, right? We're cultivating this $10,000 to $100,000 trade challenge live, and it's all in the Telegram. No fake stats, no hindsight, no demo account nonsense. If you're serious about the markets and improving yourself as a trader, join the free Telegram. I can't say that enough times. All right, people. So listen, position yourself before the expansion. The market is compressing again, and when it moves, it's not going to wait. So make sure you join me in the next one because I'll be looking for you. Other than that, let's go!